SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated has been out for a little, and we've finally been able to experience one of the best SpongeBob games of all time in a brand new way. There's been a lot of fans coming forward with memories of playing the original, and it feels like everyone's been looking forward to Rehydrated. Speaking personally, I've never actually played the 3D platformer version of the game, but hey, the PC game was pretty cool. Anyway, with Rehydrated officially out there, it felt like the perfect opportunity to experience the iconic SpongeBob game and see what all the fuss was about. Let me admit right now that it's not perfect. There are glitches and some parts that aren't as polished as they could be. However, it manages to achieve success with old-time fans who grew up with the original, and that was the main goal. But what made everyone want to buy Rehydrated, and what's the secret to its success? I think one of the biggest reasons is that it manages to bring the world of SpongeBob alive in a more faithful way than many of the other games in the series. When we take a look at the long history of Bikini Bottom video games, many of them feel like quick cash grabs put together in a short amount of time. They lack substance and only get copies sold based on the very name of SpongeBob on the cover. It's hard to get excited for modern games in the franchise because they just keep on coming without much effort going in. Rehydrated is completely different from what came before because of how faithful it is to the world we know and love. Each level is remastered from the original game to feel more alive than ever before, and you genuinely feel like you're there. It's easy to recognize a certain location from the show when you're watching on TV, but to actually jump and platform through it all is special. For example, the world building of Rock Bottom was done in the episode of the same name, and you can take all that spooky lore here when you're actually in Rock Bottom.
To the dark depths of Rock Bottom, home of strange creatures and souvenir t-shirts.
You'll have to sneak around and avoid detection from the robots taking over, and it's just really cool. Also, the developers of Rehydrated knew exactly the kind of fans they were dealing with. These were longtime supporters of SpongeBob, and they loved the original platformer, but wanted to see more. The devs appealed to the audience that made the game so well known in the early 2000s, and there weren't many cut corners. They even made sure to include some bonus content so that fans would have something new to come back to, which helped in getting more sales and setting this apart from the original. Now, the game may have kids as a target audience, but this really can be enjoyed by anyone. There are a few genuine challenges throughout the levels where you have to actually try to get the golden spatulas. The difficulty is a nice balance, one that doesn't treat its players like idiots. This helps especially today when you have adults coming back for nostalgia's sake, and also a new generation who weren't even alive when the original came out. At this point, I want to mention one of the aspects of the game that probably doesn't get nearly as much attention as everything else: the idle animations. In most games, they're not worth mentioning, but I feel like the idle animations here are some of the most expressive I've seen, ones that fit our heroes much better than you'd expect. SpongeBob literally has one where he just sits down and does a surprise movie face, which was absent from the original because the movie didn't even exist. What about SpongeBob literally stabbing himself with his own finger? It's ridiculous, but crazy in the way that only his character is known for. They even fully animated the mocking SpongeBob meme. This is amazing. Every idle animation is small, but still goes a long way in establishing the world that is Bikini Bottom. Just as I said in the beginning of the video, Rehydrated does whatever it possibly can to remain faithful to the show. Much like the world, the characters feel so alive when they do these wacky animations that fit their personalities. And in the end, when we're talking about why people love the game, it's worth mentioning that this is just straight up fun. There's more than enough variety in terms of gameplay to keep your attention, and even with a few technical problems, the game is a fun time. SpongeBob is a character that spreads joy everywhere he goes, and yeah, that includes Rehydrated. When combined with the incredible 3D world and exploration brought to life, it's something special that you just don't see with other modern SpongeBob games. But what are your thoughts on this remaster? Let's talk in the comments. But anyway, that's all for this video. Subscribe for more awesome cartoon videos. Give a thumbs up and comment below, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.